Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're taking a look at probably the most controversial piece of Thomas and Friends anything, Journey Beyond Sodor. I'll go ahead and spoil the end of the video for you. I don't hate this movie, but I don't like it either. It's probably about middle of the road for me. Maybe a little bit higher because of some certain elements, but we'll get more into that later. So this was released digitally first in the US on August 8th of 2017. And then released onto DVD, only DVD, unfortunately, no more Blu-ray. Blu-ray for Thomas is dead, at least in the US, on August 22nd of 2017. This is not an original copy. Pretty much every DVD since Calling All Engines, I believe, has been an original print, except for this one. This is a reprint. It doesn't have a slipcover, and the all-new movie, which should be right up there, is gone, and they took out the product guide inside, which sucks, but oh well. But let's get right into it. So, we're presented with a very Photoshoppy front cover here. We have a really awesome logo, Journeyman Sodor, surrounded by some like molten like steel and the gears and like sparks going everywhere. It's really cool. And then, of course, the Thomas logo. There's the steelworks in the background. It looks really cool. And then I noticed this on the first time that I actually, like, properly examined the DVD, but Cranky is there. I didn't notice that until I first got this DVD around late 2017, but Cranky is there. Cranky doesn't really play a role in this movie, so I don't know why he's there. You could have put, like, Beresford there. It would have made a little more sense, but oh well, the less we see Beresford, the more happy I am, I guess. We got some pretty lackluster artwork up here. We got a Nitrogen promo of James, a promo of Frankie, and then a promo of Thomas with an edited face, which is really stupid. I don't think that face does not fit the theme of this movie at all, but oh well. And then, like I said earlier, right up here, it would usually say like all new movie or feature length movie, but since it's a reprint, it doesn't have that. Oh, we gotta say something new. It's the Mattel Creations logo. We don't have the Hit Entertainment logo anymore. Oh no, they're on the back here. But yeah, Hit is Sans. I don't know why this is just happening now, but we have Mattel Creations here now. Thomas and Friends, Journey Beyond Sodor, the movie. It looks pretty, looks pretty cool on the side there. Thomas on the front. We'll see that exact same promo next week with Big World Big Adventures, which I am dreadfully. DVD logo, Universal. Kind of wish mine had a slipcover, but it doesn't. Oh well. All the bad Thomas movies I have don't have slipcovers. Like, this doesn't have a slipcover. Misty Island Rescue didn't have a slipcover. The next movie doesn't have a slipcover. Day of the Diesels doesn't have a slipcover. Magic Railroad doesn't have a slipcover. All the good Thomas movies have slipcovers. Yep, right up there we got True Friendship Saves the Day. Oh, sorry, hit the camera. There's your little description of the movie. James with sheep. That's a really weird screenshot. And then Thomas and Beresford, another weird screenshot. Doesn't really tell you much about the movie, but oh well. And this is, may I add, this is really pixely. Like, this does not look like an official product. This looks like a cheap Photoshop job. Like, this whole artwork on the, even on the next movie, the artwork on these discs look, or not the discs, well the disc does, but the case themselves, they look just awful. Like, it's so Photoshoppy and just, ugh, I hate it. And these are all promos right down here. And these are all promos of Lexi, Merlin, and Theo. Ugh, I hate it. I don't hate it. It's just lazy. I kind of hate it. Bonus features. You got the 4 songs. I actually forgot to mention the bonus features section last week, so I apologize for that. We got Who's Thomas, the hottest place in town, We Can't Do Anything, and the most important thing is being friends. You're missing 2 songs. I don't think they're on the selection menu. You have Thomas's song, I Want to Go Home, which doesn't make any sense why it's not on here because that's an important song. And then Somebody Has to Be the Favorite, but that doesn't really count as a song because it plays for about a minute at most. And then you got all this down here. Oh, and also, Landmarks of Sodor and Top 5 Funniest Moments, which are actually pretty cool. I like that. And then the Top 5 Funniest Moments, that's actually kind of funny. And just wait until I open this case. You're going to probably be really surprised. Not really, because I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. Look at this. We don't have artwork anymore. Last week with the Great Race, we had some really nice artwork from the front, even though it was just the drawn artwork from the front. We still had artwork, but now we don't. It's just a plain blue disc. Why is it blue? I have no idea. It should be like red or orange or something like that. I guess it's trying to match Thomas there, but it's just ugh. And then original prints would have like a product guide inside, but mine doesn't have one. So we don't have any multi-packs to look at. We are not taking a look at the Heroic Collection or the Birthday Collection. We will next week though, but I don't know why this wasn't included with the Birthday Collection. For some reason it wasn't, but it doesn't really matter to me because we only have to look at one thing this week. So, just to add up for that missing time, I'm gonna talk about the Blu-ray really quickly. I swear to God, I saw an advertisement for this on Blu-ray. I think one of my trees actually fell over in the background. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because I just realized that it fell down. But anyways, I think this was supposed to have a Blu-ray, but it got canceled. I'm not gonna talk more in depth of this. There's another YouTuber that talked more in depth about this, but this was supposed to have a Blu-ray, but it got canceled because Thomas on Blu-ray doesn't sell very well, which is a shame, but oh well. So I'm gonna try and make this a shorter episode. Like I said earlier, I don't hate this movie. I think it's somewhat enjoyable. It's not the best thing ever. I really love the theme of this movie. The theme of like dark and regret and the grass isn't always greener on the other side kind of message. I really like that. And I really like the Thomas and James characterization, excuse me. You really get to see their friendship. I feel like you could have made this like a James-centric movie instead of a Thomas-centric movie. Kind of like The Great Race. You could have made that about Gordon. This could have been about James, because James is a very marketable character. And have it be like a Day of the Diesel situation where Thomas is the side character. Oh well. The characters in this movie aren't bad. I actually really like that dude right down there. And also, speaking of the little set dressing here, if you're wondering why I don't have Hurricane or Frankie or the other experimental engines, or like Beresford, if you're not up to speed with the Thomas Wooden Railway, it was canceled in 2017, so we didn't get merch for the movie. We only got one piece, to my knowledge. We didn't get... There was supposed to be a Frankie, I believe, but she got canceled in Thomas Wood. The only piece of Journeyman Sodor merch we got for Thomas Wood was Merlin, and I do have Merlin. The best character from the movie, but that's why there's no other engines down here. But the characters are really nice. I love Merlin. I love the Steelworks duo, but I'm not a fan of the other two. I think Theo is pretty worthless. I don't want to sound like I'm rude or anything, but he doesn't really do anything to add to the plot. And then Lexi is probably the most annoying Thomas character ever. I can't see any parent going out and buying a Lexi toy because her kid's like his or her kid. I'm not going to discriminate. I can't see any parent going out and buying a toy of her because their kid loves Lexi. I think she's very annoying. The songs in this movie aren't bad. I actually really like Somebody Has to Be the Favorite and The Hottest Place in Town. The others aren't bad. Who's Thomas is pretty unnecessary, and I was going to say pretty bad, but when it first came out, I really liked it. I don't hate it. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. What's the other one? The Most Important Thing Is Being Friends. That one's alright. And then We Can't Do Anything and I Want to Go Home are kind of like the same to me. I don't hate them. I don't love them. They're just there. the score itself is actually fantastic. I saw somebody on Twitter recently saying that this was the best Thomas soundtrack for a special. To an extent, yes. I do think Lost Treasure has a better score, but this is a very, very close second. If you guys aren't really familiar with the Thomas, like the feature of Thomas in 2017, season 20 was supposed to be the last season of Thomas, but after Big One Big Adventure was greenlit, they made season 21 to be like the last good season, and carried on making the 3 seasons of garbage that I'm never going to watch ever again. But this movie kind of feels like it would be a finale. You got a whole bunch of characters in this movie, especially at the beginning and in Thomas's song, excuse me. But especially with the music, like, you could really tell Chris Renshaw put his all into this movie, and he did a very, very good job. Most of the animation is really, really good. The first 5-ish minutes look really nice, but then when Thomas gets onto the mainland, and everything in between him leaving Sodor and him arriving at the steelworks looks really bad, especially with the Beresford crap. Also, I forgot to mention Beresford. I don't hate him. I think he's kind of funny, but he ultimately does nothing. And that, 10 minutes with both of his scenes that you wasted, you could have used that to establish other plots or, explain things better. But yeah, the Beresford stuff is kind of like the bridge jump of this movie, where he picks Thomas up by the lip of his cabin, just like, whoop, and just lifts him up. Just like, here, I'll use James for an example. He's going and then he's like, whoop, and he just picks him up. That's not how that works. Whoever came up with that idea. This is also a brief thing, but I love the fact that the Troublesome Trucks got a bit of a starring role here. We now have a varied cast instead of the normal, gray trucks. You now have boxcars and tankers and fish, salt vans, whatever they're called. And slate wagons for some reason. I don't know why, but I love that they get featured a lot. They're really funny. Overall, this movie's been talked about to death. I'm pretty sure everybody shares a similar opinion about the movie, but I don't hate it. It's just, it's really obvious that this was the second downfall of Thomas. With the bouncing, I'm not going to really talk about that because it's pretty self-explanatory. It's so stupid. This is where that all started. I don't know. Whoever came up with the idea to make the engines bounce, I'm going to slap you in the face because that was a horrible decision. I'm going to actually move Merlin up a little bit here just so he's more in frame. There we go. That looks a lot better. But yeah, that's all I have to say for the movie. It's nothing too great. I mean, the music is pretty great, and some of the animation is really great, but other than that, I'm just not a big fan of it. I used to like it, but as I've gotten older and I'm more critical of movies, I can realize that this movie has a lot of faults. So if I had to place it anywhere, it would probably be at number 7 or number 8 for my favorite, maybe even 6, I don't know. Probably be at 6 or 7, honestly. It's not terrible. But if they just, if they spent more time on it, if they just taken out the Beresford scenes, taken out the bouncing, and worked more on developing the characters and, cleaning up the animation, this could have easily been, number 4 or number 3 favorite Thomas movie. That wasn't proper English, but I don't care. But that's all for the Brenner era movies. This is the last one. And this is also one of the last DVDs overall. We have technically 2 more. After this, we have Christmas on Sodor and Big One Big Adventures, the Horror Collection and the Birthday Collection, and the Blu-ray don't count. 2 of those are compilations. One of those is not a continuation. It's just a special edition. But this is one of the last Thomas DVDs ever. So I wouldn't say it's rare, but it's pretty important in the Thomas and Friends timeline. So next week, we're looking at It. The movie that I literally cannot finish. To an extent, I can finish the other Thomas movies. I don't remember if I finished Miss Alien Rescue. I know I slept through Day of the Diesels, but I can't finish the next movie. It's horrible. I hate it. And I'm not looking forward to watching it again. We're looking at Big World, Big Bullshit. And I'm sorry for swearing, but it's just the worst. It's the worst Thomas movie. I'm not going to spoil that for next week. It's the worst. It's terrible. I hate it. We'll get more in depth with that next week. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We have one more week of specials, and then we're going to take a look at the episodes, which I'm really excited about. I've actually gotten as far as the Best of Gordon for rearranging stories. So if you know the Thomas and Friends DVD timeline, you'll know how far along that is. But excuse my voice crack. Expect a lot of really good content to come out in the next 2 months. But yeah, next week we have Big Little Big Adventures, and then we have an unboxing, and then we get right into the Best of Thomas. So I'll see you guys then. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say except skip over this movie. It's not really worth your time. Alright, bye! That was a really bad ending, I'm sorry.